Welcome to my channel Adhyan with Flow. So guys, let's start with secondary growth. Okay, before starting, guys, in very starting of this chapter, very starting of this chapter, I told you, I already described that primary growth is depend on apical meristem and intercalary meristem, and secondary growth is responsible with the help of lateral meristem. Guys, primary growth, what they do, they increase length of the plant, length of the part. Intercalary, they're responsible for leaves growth, branch growth, flower growth. And now lateral growth, they grow like in diameter. They increase the diameter of the plant. They increase length of the plant. They increase diameter of plant. Now you understand. Now we will discuss secondary growth. And secondary growth is responsible for what? They are responsible for lateral meristem. Secondary growth is provided by lateral meristem, guys, and lateral meristem is further divided into two parts: vascular cambium and cork cambium. Let's start with what? Let's start with vascular cambium. It means, vascular means, what you understand by vascular? Vascular means xylem and phloem. Means these kind of secondary growth is found between what? Xylem to phloem. Alright guys, now you clear? I think you are clear. Guys, phloem is vascular tissue and xylem is also vascular tissue. Phloem is responsible for food transportation and xylem is responsible for cell transportation, means water transportation. Now the growth between xylem and phloem, we call it as a vascular growth, and this growth is named as a cambium. Now you clear? Means cambium is present between xylem and phloem. Cambium, this layer is present where to where? Xylem and phloem. Now this thing is complete. Look at here, guys. Activity of cambium ring. Look at here, guys. Look at here. You can easily identify what layer is forming epidermis, what kind of layer is forming cortex, which layer is primary phloem, which layer is primary xylem, and which is the vascular cambium, and what are the. You can easily identify. This layer is epidermis. Oh, sorry. This layer, blackish layer, epidermis. This green, this pinky layer, cortex, and these are phloem, greeny. These are what, guys? These are what? These are, guys, cambium, and reddish part is xylem, and this middle part is pith. Okay, same. Alright guys, this arrangement is interfascicular arrangement. Now guys, I'm gonna take you advanced level. Outer layer is phallum. Below the phallum, phallogene is present. Look at here, this is the phallum layer, this is the phallogene layer. These are what? These are medullary rays. Secondary xylem. Now with the help of cambium, only dicot have what? Cambium, so they can produce secondary growth, and they show open type of growth, and they present in dicot plant. It may be dicot stem, it may be dicot leaf, it may be dicot roots. Yes guys, clear? Now guys, here is some brief talking about spring wood and autumn wood. Yes guys, at a springtime, all plants are very active. They do more and more transpiration, they do more and more metabolic rate, they do more and more photosynthesis, they do more and more personal physical activity. So they make a ring. One ring in spring. Here is phloem, here is xylem, here is phloem, here is xylem. This is a spring ring, highly active. Okay, now at a autumn time, late, when guys low metabolic rate, low transpiration rate, because that time plant feels so tired, they don't perform any kind of transpiration rate. Why guys? Why they perform better in spring and they why not perform better in autumn? Because in springtime, weather is perfect, environment is perfect, every kind of condition is perfect, sunlight is perfect, soil is perfect, water is perfect, transpiration rate is perfect. Yes, but at the autumn time, these features are not perfect. That's why a ring is formed. This ring form in spring, this ring form in where? Autumn. And two rings, it means the plant age is 1 year. If tell me there are 4 rings, then what you calculate? Then plant have 2 years. Okay, but we estimate this thing when we cut the stem. Okay, though this is not good. Okay, now guys, what is the difference between hardwood and sapwood? The reason comprise dead element, we call it as a hardwood. They look like darker, most darker. Look at here, darker ring. And the hardwood does not conduct water, but they give mechanical support. They does not conduct because they are dead now. Because they are dead, they convert into bark in future. The peripheral region of the secondary xylem is lighter in color and known as a, look at here. Here is a lighter ring also formed. We call it as a what? Sapwood. This is the what? Heartwood. Hard, rigid, dead, but they are light. They don't dark. Okay, but they are responsible for conduction of water and minerals. So now you clear what is heartwood and what is sapwood? Yes or not? Yes or not, guys? Now we complete this thing. Vascular cambium. We complete this thing. Now let's move towards where? Cork cambium means lateral growth divided into two parts. First is cambium, next is cork cambium. Vascular cambium is present in xylem and phloem. Now let's move towards the where guys? Cork cambium. Now let's talk about cork cambium. Guys, in cork cambium, we discuss not vascular tissue, we discuss their cortex tissue, their outer layer, middle layer, inner layer. Yes or not? Like we discuss about Phallogene, we discuss about phallum, we discuss about phallodome, we discuss about pyridome. Okay, what is Phallogene, guys? What is Phallogene? Yeah, this is a part of cortex. Phallogene is a couple of layers. They are thick. It is made of narrow, thin wall, nearly rectangular shape. Phallogene cuts off both the side. Phallogene cut what? Both the side. Clear? The outer cell differentiated into cork or phallum, while the inner cell differentiated into secondary cortex. Means where is diagram? Look at here, guys. Look at here. There is your diagram. That this is the epidermis cell. These are epidermis cell. Outer layer is phallum, then phallodome, complementary cell, and these are cork cambium. And this is none other than secondary cortex. They are responsible for divide. Means outer layer, what they form phallum. Outer layer is phallum. Look at here now, where I saw now. Outer layer is what? They are phallum. These are phallogene. These phallogene now convert into bark. Okay, I am talking about this, not vascular part. This is not vascular part. I am talking about this outer cortex part. Phallum and phallogene. Alright, guys. Let's move towards here. Outer layer is phallum and inner layer is phallogene. And then, guys, phallodome. And completely they call it as a pyridome. They are responsible for cork cambium. Look at here. Bark is non-technical term that refer to all cambium tissue exterior to ventricular cambium. Therefore, including means bark is what, guys? These are dead. Dead doesn't mean they are not useful. They are useful, guys. They are useful. Some bark is soft and some bark is hard. Okay, but they are useful for nature. We can make a pepper. This is more and more important. They release day by day when plant grow and grow and grow. They release their dead tissue outside, and these dead tissue deposit here, and they give mechanical support to the plant. So this is all about, guys. This is all about what? Cork cambium. Here is secondary growth, guys. Lenticell. Where lenticell is present? Here. Stem. When plant is newborn, they contain what? They contain lenticell. Newborn plant. When stem is green, and bark when stem become old. Okay. Look at here, guys. What a beautiful pictures. You have to draw. Practice and practice. More and more practice. You can easily identify this thing. Different stages of secondary growth in typical root, dicot root. Of course, guys, if we talk about secondary growth, definitely we talk about dicot. We definitely talk about open. Why? Because they present what? Cambium. They have epidermis, cortex, primary phloem, cambium ring, endodermis, pericycle, and protoxylem. Phloem, here cambium, and here xylem. Same, these are annual rings. These are annual rings. They define the age. They define age. 2 rings, it means 1 year. 4 rings, it means 2 years plant. If I draw 3 rings, means 1.5 age. Clear, guys? So that's all for now. Your complete chapter is also complete. Now we will meet in our next video. So thank you for listening me, and keep revising. Practice, guys. Practice these diagrams. Otherwise, you can't write down properly. You can't understand properly without the experience with diagram. Okay. So thank you, and don't forget to subscribe my channel. Thank you, guys. Thank you on the behalf of Adhyan with Flow. Thank you so much.